Welcome back, guys. It's Meridy here with Not Just for Boys Kit Club, and I am here today with our 5th layout process video using the summer Pastime kits, and I will show you what I'm going to use today. Today I'm using 2 3x4 pictures of my daughter. It was her last day of school / first day of summer of her freshman year of high school. So this is from 2021. And I'm going to scrapbook those 2 pictures. I am going to use our sketch of the month this month, which I designed right here, which has a lot of mixed media and some stamping and all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm excited to use this sketch. I got my twine out because, you know, I can always use that. I got my alphabets out because I already know what I want the title to be, and I'll tell you that in just a second, but I know I'm going to use some of these alphabet letters. In one of my videos from about a month ago, someone asked if I could show where my journaling would go on my layouts in my videos. As you know, I don't put any journaling on my layouts or when I film them or when I photograph them because the journaling has too much information. So someone asked, can you just show us where you would put the journaling so that we could get an idea? So what I made is this little template thing. It's got some journaling strips. They're obviously blank. So at the end of the video, I'm gonna set it in the place where I would put the journaling on this layout. So this kind of serves as a journaling block or journaling strips, and it'll just show you where I set my journaling. So I'm going to try to use this in every video from now on and put this there. Then I've got the stamp set from this kit, which is awesome, amazing background stamps and whatnot. And then I've got some scraps of paper and a couple embellishments that I pulled that I think will look really good with this kit, or with this layout. This little Good Times acrylic piece. And I really want to use this checkerboard paper. And then the background of my layout, I'm just going to use white cardstock because, again, I'm going to add a bunch of mixed media where it shows in the sketch. And I did grab a piece of light teal cardstock from my stash. I think I'm gonna mat the whole layout on it, possibly. Maybe mat my pictures on this. So it's just for my stash. It's just a piece of light teal cardstock. And then I did grab the Scattered Straw Express Oxide Spray that comes in the kit this month. I grabbed a Creamies Grapefruit. Creamies is paint, and it's like the solid paint in there. You just add some water. So I'll go add some water to that in a minute. And I grabbed a bunch of ink pads because I'm not sure what color ink pads I want to use with the stamps and these little areas in here. So I just grabbed a bunch of colors. And when we get to I think I'm going to swatch the stamp in a few of these colors so I can kind of see what it looks like off to the side. And yeah, I think I might do that first because the mixed media is going to need to be like one of the first things that I do on this layout. So let's start with swatching these colors on a piece of scratch paper and see how that looks. And I'm just gonna use this stamp, the hexagon little stamp, to swatch all these colors. So while I'm doing this, I want to talk a little bit about just questions that I've been asked on YouTube, on some of my videos over the past couple weeks. I always answer everyone in the comments of the videos, but then I realize not all of you always see all the answers, because if you watch the video before they ask the question, you might not see the answer. So one question that I get somewhat often is, where do I make my photo collages? Because sometimes I use photo collages in my layouts, and I make my photo collages on my computer on a program called Picasa, which unfortunately no longer is available to download. So that doesn't really help you much, but that's the program I love the best. So if you have that saved on your computer from when it was available, it works really well to make collages. You can change the size and, you know, make them the custom size that you want. And if you do not have that, I know Paula uses PicMonkey to make collages, and oh, I should write down what color is what here. Paula uses PicMonkey to make collages, and I believe if you pay the fee, you can get it to remove the little watermark if that is something that you don't like. Scattered straw, fossilized amber, saltwater taffy. This one is tattered rose. So yeah, that is where I make my collages, and then I print my pictures at Nations Photo Lab. That's where I print my pictures. It's online. There's a sale on prints very, very often, so I never pay full price. They have free shipping over, I want to say over $49, but I might be wrong. So I just wait till I get a lot to print, so I get free shipping. It's not super fast. Like when I order it, it still takes a few days for them to ship it, and then the shipping is not super fast, like it's not overnight. So if you do use it, know that, you know, it could take a week or even maybe a little longer before you'll have your pictures in your hand. And that doesn't bother me because I love the quality and I love it better than other places, even other places that a lot of other scrapbookers love. I printed the same pictures at a bunch of places, and I like the color the best at Nations. One of the more popular ones that a lot of scrapbookers use, they look really green to me. It has like a really very green tint when I printed them, and I wanted to love them a lot, but it was they had such a green tint when I put them side by side with Nations that I couldn't do it. So, and then of course I don't really love like Walmart and Walgreens and those things. Okay, I think I swatched 7 colors. Yep, that's all I've got. So while I'm making this layout, I can decide which of these colors I want the variety of stamps in. So I'll just leave that out. I'm gonna go put some water in here and I will be right back. Okay, so I've got my little colors swatched, and I think I'm going to start on the mixed media part of this background. And I'm kind of debating, I don't exactly know how I should do this. I think I'm gonna put everything off to the side here. I think I'm going to make the mixed media part here, and then I'm gonna tear away after this tear away part to back it with the yellow paper. So yeah, I think I'm gonna just go ahead and do mixed media on all of it rather than tearing it away first and assembling the whole layout and then doing mixed media over the top of that. So I think this is the way that I should do it. And I want the paint areas to be the scattered straw mixed with this grapefruit. So I'm just going to kind of move this around. And then after I do the mixed media part, I can come in and do the stamping with the stamps. So I'm going to start a bit of this. And I'm gonna kind of make this like my glass mat work surface. I'm just gonna kind of, I'll do a couple really dark like this, and then I'm gonna add some water so that it shows up a little lighter and not so pigmented. So let me get this down a little and a little up here. And next I'm gonna add a little water to this so that it's a little bit just like a muted color. So I'm gonna get the water. Let's see how that looks. Oh yeah, that's a little lighter. And I'm kind of using it to fill in the open gaps. And a little more water, so it's just even a little bit lighter than that. Oh yeah, that's great. That looks good. Now I'm gonna come in with the Creamies watercolor paint. And I think I'm gonna do a little of the same technique. And I do know when I'm gonna mix this color with the yellow, if I get it too wet, it's going to start making orange. So I'm going to try to not, I'm gonna try to just put this down and not blend those colors together, because I really don't want, I don't want it to be orange. I want it to be the two colors. So I had already added water in here. I had kind of a lot of water in there, so I'm gonna pour some out, because I don't want it to, I want it to be showing the color. I don't want it to be too transparent. So we will see what happens with this. I'm just gonna kind of put it down. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. And notice I'm not really putting it directly on top of much of the yellow. I'm kind of putting it on the sides of the yellow. And I'm just gonna put one other little section in that area. I think this is good. I'm gonna try to do a few splatters. I'll get a smaller brush to do that. And now I'm going to put this back together, but I have heard other people say when they close up this Creamies, when it's still wet inside, it gets like, I don't know if it's mold or just mildewy, I guess mildew smelly. So I'm gonna leave this open on my desk for a few days so it can totally dry out before I close that up. I am gonna need to let this dry pretty substantially before I go in and start stamping on it. So I'm gonna go clean my brushes and things, and I will be right back. Alrighty, I'm still waiting for that to dry. So I'm gonna do a couple of other things that I can do in the meantime, including, I'm gonna go ahead and gut this piece of light blue paper because I want to use it to mat my photos, but I also wanna use it to mat the entire layout on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and gut it. And to gut a paper, just go around like this. And then I will take, I'm not going to adhere the mixed media paper to this frame yet because I need to rip it before I do that. Rip it, the piece out. But I can use this now to mat my two photos. So I will go ahead and mat my two photos right now on this. And so these are matted, and I think since I'm going to be using the yellow paper across the diagonal across the back, and I've got these colors in the front, I think I should stamp some of these stamps in either the speckled egg or the peacock feathers. And I'm thinking I might want to try the peacock feathers, but like second generation. So let's see. If I have these pictures laid out like this, essentially, when I've got my layout here, if I've got them like this, and I want some stamping here, here, and here. So yeah, I think I'm gonna start with this stamp that's already on my stamp block, and I'm going to try, oh, I'm just so nervous to do this because I really do like this speckled egg color too, but I want it to be a little bit bright. Let's see what happens when I do second generation stamping. You know, maybe I will use that, but for some of these other shapes. So maybe right now I will just use, actually, third generation looks nice too. You know, I'm going to use the speckled egg. I take it back. I'm going to use the speckled egg for now. And it's going to be like, I'm going to do this not super neat, like it's just going to be a little messy. Let's do another one over here. And I'm making sure I'm rotating this stamp set as I go because I don't want all three areas to just look just the same. So I'm rotating it as I go. That's pretty nice. And then I want to come in, I think with saltwater taffy, because I think that will show up. I think Tattered Rose is too light. It's not really going to show up against that. So I will take the saltwater taffy color next, and I think I want to do this, a little of this text. It doesn't say anything. It's just, it just looks like cursive writing. So let's try, I should get my little mat under here to give me a little bit of cushion where I'm stamping. I'm gonna use saltwater taffy. Just get this all nice and inked up. This is gonna look nice. Okay, I love this stamp set because it is going to be really amazing for distressing out my background paper. Like just adding, like kind of making my own background paper. And this whole stamp set is gonna be really good for that, all of these different shapes. You know, I need to put a little over here too. And good. I think that's good. I don't want to go too crazy. Let's see how this looks. That's good. I think I do want a little of this blue over in this area, and I think I'm just gonna make it go off of the side of the page a little because I think it looks good heading off the page. And hopefully I'll cover most of this up with embellishment because there's supposed to be a little embellishment cluster there. Yeah. And then hopefully I'll have a tag covering a majority of that color. Just a little more. Okay. Now for the third background stamp that I want to do, I think I'm going to use, these little plus symbols because I don't think I need the polka dots because they're very similar to the hexagons that I already used, so I don't want to use the polka dots. This paint swatch stamp is just too much. I don't think I quite need all that. I think these are going to be perfect, these little tiny, they're like plus symbols. And I'm actually going to do them in Scattered Straw, the same color that this yellow is. It's Scattered Straw and the Scattered Straw ink. And I'm just gonna do a few here. And they are going to blend into the background a lot, but that's kind of what I want. I don't want them to be super distracting and super eye-catching. I kind of want them to blend. And again, I'm gonna try to twist them as I stamp, like not always going the same direction. And I do like the second generation in there. I think it looks nice. And I am not like a very good stamper on my scrapbook pages. I don't do it as often as I should. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just making it up as I go along. So there are probably many of you watching that are way better at this than I am. So that will be good when you get to this part, if you're really used to this. And if you're not used to stamping on your layouts, like I'm not used to it, there's really nothing you can do to mess this up, because it's a very, like this whole background is very distressed. So you can't really mess this up. Okay, I think that's enough for now. I'm gonna keep these 3 inks out. All the rest of them that I swatched, I'm not going to use because I don't think that I need those colors. I'm gonna keep my spray mist out here too in case I need it somewhere else. But I think I can move ahead. And let's see, let's put these pictures back one more time. Oh yeah, that's gonna look really nice. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tear the paper right across this middle section. My question is, should I trim my paper down first? I think so, because I am going to mat this whole layout on this piece that I gutted. So I think I should trim it down right now. I'm just gonna trim a little off of all 4 sides, I think. Yeah, I'll just trim a little off of all 4 sides because I kind of like all 4 edges and I think it looked pretty good. And I don't want to trim a huge chunk off of just 2 sides. Yeah, that's gonna look perfect. Okay guys, now is the scary part. I have to tear this. And I think what I should do probably is maybe put 2 little lines where I want to tear it so I don't go crazy tearing in the wrong places. So I'm just going to take a little pen and mark where I want my tear to start and to end. Okay, I want it to end about there and about there. And on this side, I want the tear because I really like my mixed media that I have. So I don't want to lose too much of it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tear from this dot to this dot and then from this dot to this dot. And I'm just gonna tear the paper so the middle part is showing. This is a little scary. And then I can always go back and tear more if I need to, but I can't go back and tear less. So how does this look? It's not showing very much of that yellow paper. I'm gonna take a little bit more off the top. Okay, I think this is going good. Okay, so next I'm going to adhere this to the bottom, and I'm just going to, I'm not even worried about that middle part that needs to be backed with the this paper yet. I'll do that at the end here after I get these adhered down. So I've just got these going at the bottom, and then I'm gonna put this one up at the top. And I do wanna kind of save those strips that I tore because they're kind of pretty. Okay, And then I'm gonna need to cut this paper about 11.5 inches wide. So that way it's just as wide as this one. And then I need to make sure that I cut it wide enough that it covers this whole thing. So that's about 4.5 inches tall. So 4.5 inches should be plenty. And then I have this that I can still play with on another layout. So this is now 11.5 by 4.5 inches. But it really depends exactly how big you did your tear, how tall you need this. You need just have it tall enough so that it covers everything. Let's see. All right, now I'm going to just gently lift this so I can slide this paper right underneath, just like so. Okay, so we've got it like this. Now what I want to do next is, do I want to roll this? I want to roll the edges a little. So I'm going to take my little water that I have, and I'm just going to spray a little on my finger. And I'm just going to go down the edge here. So I'm getting just the edge wet because it's easier for me to roll this paper when the edge is a little wet. And I don't want to spray all over my layout because I don't want it to activate all of this Distress Oxide ink that I've got here. So I'm just using my finger. You could use a paintbrush, probably would be easier to get a paintbrush wet and use a paintbrush and just paint the edge right here, but whatever. And then I'm just gonna roll it down. And again, this is getting it pretty wet, but it will dry. It'll dry, so I'm not worried about it. But yeah, getting these edges wet makes it so much easier to curl back and fold like that. Okay, now, as you could tell, my paper is all warpy and crazy. So I'm gonna go in and add adhesive under here so everything isn't just sticking straight up. Okay, so I am back. I've got these laid out like I want them. I'm gonna grab the other pieces that I'm thinking about using. And then I'm gonna title this one, Let the Summer Fun Begin. So there's the summer fun, and I'm gonna stamp the letters Let the, I think, in my little alphabet stamp right above here. And then the word begin, I think I wanna use these letters because of, again, this was her last day of school / beginning of summer. So B, and the word begin can kind of overlap right there. So that's going to be my title. Let the summer fun begin. And then I need to add a little embellishment, 3 little embellishment clusters. Debating how low to put these. Because this title is awfully tall. I think that's pretty good. That's pretty good spacing, and then I can see all the different things. And then I've got some embellishments that I grabbed that I thought might look good on here. I also grabbed some pattern paper that I thought I might stick in here, but I'm not sure if there's really room for patterned paper on this. Like, I'm really kind of just liking it with the mixed media. Let's see. Yeah, I don't feel like I need that there. Maybe peeking out a little there. Could look pretty cute. I also think, you know, some of these tabs that I want to put over there, I could use some patterned paper, but just like thin strips of it. I don't think I need this big piece at all. If I'm going to use some, I can just cut into this. I really loved this, but I don't feel like it is going to fit at all, so I don't need that. I grabbed this in case, as well as this little frame. Kind of like that little frame under there. Possibly. Let's go. Hello, summer. Let me see. Smile, it's summertime. Oh, that's a good one. I'm just gonna cut it out. The world is waiting for you. That might be too big. Always seek adventure. I could easily make that peek out somewhere, but I don't need it to be real busy down here either. That's a little too busy. Good times. I'm not sure if I even need that. I think I can use this frame. I wonder if I can make a little peek out down here. Let's see. I would like it to go this way, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it and go for it. It's awfully big up there. I might just make it very tiny and go off the page. Let's see. I'm just gonna start putting things down because I feel like that's what I need to do. I'm gonna start with the pictures because I know where I want them. And I'm gonna try to unfold this paper under where the pictures are so it's not so much lump and bump under here. Okie doke. And then once I get those pictures down, I think I'm gonna go ahead and adhere the title because I know that I want it to say, "Let the summer fun begin." Ooh. And I want begin to be right here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get this word begin down. Nope, I'm gonna put the sticker down first because I kind of want the word begin to overlap the sticker and the word fun on the sticker. And begin will go right over the top of it. Okay. I don't know what I want to do here. This looks so big, I think, to me. It's kind of too big. I'm going to go ahead and cut the bottom of this off and use the Always Seek Adventure somewhere on here. I know my clusters are not in the same exact place that I have them right here because there's supposed to be one up here and I'm moving it down here, but that's okay. And then I think I'm going to put this you know, I'm gonna do some trimming of all sorts of embellishments here. Smile It's Summer is gonna go there, and I'm gonna make these things stick out from here. Sometimes it's just good to cut stickers and embellishments the way that you need them and make them work for what you what works with what you're doing and what you need. I do that a lot, cutting label stickers or bigger stickers. Okay, so I've cut kind of a lot of things here. I think this looks pretty nice down here. I don't feel like I need this frame anymore. Yeah, that looks nice. So I'm going to go ahead and add this. Okay, and then, you know, maybe I should put the other part of this frame on that side. I think that might look kind of nice. I do like the little let's go. And I think I can cut the tag part off. It's black because it's distracting. And I think I can somehow get it under here with these little tabs. Out from under there. That way I've got a little bit of this darker maroon color going across the whole layout. Okay, next, let's see what else I might be able to use. I really don't think I need this frame. Good Times might look really good in here. Okay, and then I've got all these little word confetti things. Let's see if any of them rolling into summer. Because we're in the car. So that makes sense to put rolling into summer right there. Life is sunny. I think I'll put that right there. Okay, I've got a couple of heart stickers here. Let's see. Got a yellow one that I can throw on down here. And a light pink one. I don't want this to blend. I think I need to get some different color heart stickers. I know I've got more hearts in here. Oh yeah, I've got a teal one. This is perfect for up here. And then, oh, there's some good ones. Let me get these two on. So I've got these couple down here, so I think these will look really good. Put one right there, and this orangey yellow one right there. Okay, and I'll get this Good Times adhered down. And then I've got to work on this title up here. I want to stamp it on these little letter tiles and put that up there. I might use this blue paper that I used here and put "let the" on this. and then I'll cut them apart like you've seen me do often in my other videos with these little tiny letter stickers. So I can go off camera to type to stamp the words "let the" on here and cut them apart, and then I can adhere those down. So I will get those adhered down and this Good Times adhered down, and I will be right back. So I decided to stamp the word "let the" in this abandoned coral on that same teal blue paper that I matted my layout on. And I feel like I need something right here. It feels empty right here. So I think I'm going to use this little camera right there, but I'm not sure if that's all. So what I'm gonna do is cut out the camera and set it right here. And then I'm gonna look through the rest of these things. Like this is just way too big to use on there. I've got the little bug, I've got the little bee. The little bee is pretty cute. Okay. I don't think I need multiple cameras. I think just one is enough. Nope. I don't need this. That's just too much. I don't need this. Got the little bugs there. I've got the camera. I don't need more than that. Yeah, remember. I don't need that. Okay, so I'm just gonna add that little camera and the little bee that I stuck right there, and that is going to wrap up this layout. So this is the sketch and this is the completed layout, and then I'm gonna show you where I would put journaling strips when I go to add my journaling to this layout. I probably will put them right here, even though on my sketch it shows them up there. I made these kind of big and a lot of journaling because I was just making something that I could use over and over and over again on multiple layouts. You could put them up here if they were maybe a little bit shorter. They would look pretty good up there. I could have adjusted this up and stuck them under here. They would look good down there, kind of overlapping, if they were just a little bit shorter, like if they were only about that long. But I really think that I'll stick mine right down here because I think that's where it probably looks the best. You could also put them up there, but then it makes this part of the layout really heavy. You could also put them down there, sticking off the edge. That looks really good. But I will probably do mine right about there. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you were inspired to make a layout using our sketch or from the video or anything, we would love to see it on our Not Just for Boys Kit Club community Facebook group. And let's see. I don't think there's anything else I have to tell you. I'll be back in a couple days with my 6th process video using this kit. And other than that, I will see you soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.